Morning, y'all. I am bradgarropy, and this is BG Codes. This week's stream, fresh week. I got a fresh set of goals, but it's a short week, so we got to kind of get to work. We've got really two things I want to accomplish: form validation and validation on the API side, like in actions and loaders, validating the JSON payloads, validating the form data that comes through. And I want to validate, or at least show some error messages on the client side. I might not do client side validation just yet. I don't want to get into all that JavaScript. I want to keep it primarily server side. But I want to, have an action, return some data, errors, and then show that to the user if there's any problem. So, get going on it. Oh yeah, sorry, and I should say, short week because spring break is happening. My family's taking off a day or two early in order to go to Mexico. We're going to be in Guadalajara, hanging out with my wife and my wife's family. Her parents are coming with us, and we're going to see all of our extended family. So I got, the Mexican style cup, Mexican hat, Mexican themed Ariat shirt. I want to eat tacos and practice my Spanish. That's the goal for that trip. But before we start the trip, let's get some form stuff done. Alrighty. How is y'all's morning going? Just getting started for me. So, let's check out our routes. And really what we need is everywhere that there's an action. Yeah. Yeah, not the Sentry action. Okay, but we're working on sign up right now. There it is. Here's the app. And if we try to sign up with a name that already exists, it already exists. See? So let's see. Sign up is in here. And we don't actually want to return a response. We were throwing it previously, which would cause the error boundary, but we don't want that. We actually want to return data. Yeah, probably something like that. Uh-huh. Email already exists. Yeah. And same here. We want passwords do not match. And out of curiosity, what does that come back as? Is there a network request with a response? It comes back as a 200? That's weird. Remix, action, return, errors. Yeah. No, form validation. I don't need to animate. So what does action return? JSON, errors and values. I would have figured we'd want a status in there too. I guess that's a single fetch thing, right? Data. Okay, whatever. What about a status code? Data utility. Okay. Am I using single fetch? Yes. Okay. Because I'm using single fetch, then we need to use data. We can wrap that, and now we can give it a status. 400. Really? Oh. No. Okay, good. Okay. And here we can just say email already exists. And we can check this by going here. Got our network request. It's a 400. Perfect. Bad request. And we've got our errors. Perfect. Now we basically need to do this for everything. But okay, first let's get this going. So we'll have data, maybe, right? And in this case, we'll just say data errors email. If it exists, do something, otherwise be null. And something is data errors email. And in this case, I'll put it on. Does it know what type that is? No way. What type does it think it is now? Uh-huh. Great. Interesting. Do I need to do something like this? Probably. Okay, so here's what's happening. We're basically saying we're going to populate this errors thing, meaning we can bring back more than just one error. And now, instead of returning here, we can say like errors dot email is equal to that. There, and now we can return both. Okay, and so now we move the margin bottom off of that and onto this. Same there. I guess the question is, where do we show the password error? And I don't think we want to conditionally render that. We want to just say, look, if it's not there. Nice. If it's not there, just render an empty string. That way we don't have to deal with the CSS problems. Oh, it doesn't take up any height? And we'll make these red. I don't think I have any reds yet. Cool. And in this case, I don't know. Maybe we just put the same error message on both. Yep. And so we need to take that margin bottom off. But then I don't like how it expands. But you're telling me what? If I delete this, it loses its height? What is the line height on this thing? Wouldn't it be... 24 pixels? Hmm. That's okay. We can get back around to this a little bit later. That's fine. But, okay. Like, basically, no matter what you put in, we're getting the right error messages. Maybe we should make some error helpers here. I don't know. I don't know if I want to get that deep into it yet. Okay, so there's one done. Where are our other actions? Sign in. Okay. Morning, David. How you doing? Oh, did you really? That's awesome. Can you put links in there or no? I would love to check that out. Yeah, sign in errors will start empty, and we're not going to throw here. We're going to say, yep. Yep. What's wrong with user? We do want to return in that case. The blog post is long? That's okay. I'll scan the code examples as I do with everything else. Okay, there. So we're gating now. Hey, like that user's not found. Password match. Yeah. Okay. We should be good. So now we're on sign in. And on sign in. Oh, and yeah, no, status 400. Good. Okay. And now on sign in, we do Homer. Well, if we put in a random email address and a random password, getting 400 bad requests. Awesome. And I'm not pulling my... action data yet. And then we'll just follow the same pattern. If the data exists, we use it. I'm building a form library, aren't I? Get rid of the MD4s. This is errors.password. And then that's it. If you can't put a link, just like type in the name of your website. I feel like I've been there before. I can get to your YouTube. Shout out David on YouTube. But we'll see. Hold on, let me check a text real quick. I always stream on Do Not Disturb. Just T-Mobile. Okay, so on sign in, here's our auth. We're sending back email not found. We're sending back invalid password. And so if the email's not found, it doesn't matter what's in password. Yes, we get email not found. Perfect. Look at that. The form didn't even change. This is money. And this will be invalid password. Okay, I'll fix the UI jank. That'll happen at the end. And then let's make sure Homer can still log in. Okay, he can. Great. Well, that's sign in. I like the way this is turning out. I mean, don't get me wrong. It looks like a lot of code. It's so easy to follow. That's my thing. Okay, I don't need to do anything in the Sentry action. Let's not. We don't really have anything to validate. Whoa. I guess reset next. Reset errors won't go there. It's just, okay, it's just new password. You know what? Just to make this a little more clear, right? Password matches password. This is going to be password confirmation. And so in auth, yeah, the types aren't going to line up. Thank you, single fetch. In auth, on sign up, email, password, and password confirmation. And we're going to set all of them. Again, I'm building a form library. Yeah, that's what I want. Same thing with sign in. Am I reusing this? No, I'm not. Okay. And then reset. Move auth over here. Then reset. token? No, we're not going to show token errors. Well, maybe. Maybe. We'll see. David, I don't know if you tried to send the URL, but I don't see anything yet. Okay, reset token. If there's no reset token... Reset token is expired. Yeah, maybe we do make a token field that we like display on top. Yeah, YouTube, I think, filters them out. Maybe that's why. Just type in like the name of your .com and I'll go there and find it. Not found. Programming are hard. That's hysterical. See, I knew I was in your website before. React Router error reporting from scratch. Look at that. Yep, and there's a difference between returning a response, throwing a response. You know, it's all very interesting. It determines whether you render your error boundary. If you throw something, it renders your error boundary. If you return it, then you can get it through action data and show an error message. This is awesome. I am... Oh, source maps. Nice. Mm-hmm. Yes, I've got source maps going, but I removed them before prod. Implementing handle error. Interesting. I actually don't use handle error yet. I'm just doing the boundary. Oh, you want really nice stacks. Yeah, that's awesome. Okay, this is, yeah, this goes deep. And it's definitely worth looking at because it's going to make it so easy to look at. Did you, by any chance, in these stack traces, use like VS Code linking? Because that would be awesome. Yeah, this is good. Passwords do not match right here. And we're not just going to set this on new password. We're going to set this on new password confirmation. That'd be really cool. It's just a VS Code linking is like, it's like a URI, like VS Code : / and then you can kind of put like the file name and stuff like that after it. And you could actually link to, in the stack trace, like use command click to go through into your VS Code. So this is definitely going to probably cause an issue. Because I'm putting all the errors on new password, which is not like really what I want to do. I might just have a generic error or one just called like token, that if there's token errors, I render them on top. But let's try it. We'll sign out. We'll try to sign in. We're like, yo, I'm Homer. I don't know my password. Geez, let's do forgot first, to be honest. That way we can start the flow. Why is this not in off? Forgot needs to... Okay. All of this needs to go in like forgot password. What do we need here? The email. The request and the email. The request and the email. Okay, that's it. AI does help, I gotta say. And now I need to... write tests for this. Okay, here we define errors. Now here we say errors.email equals user not found. Then we can, yeah, return. Great. Okay. And now when forgot, we can replace all of this with forgot password, request, and email. And I don't even think I want to return the message. Like, just do your thing. So sign in just returns what? The promise from create session? Yeah. In this case, forgot password should just return send mail. That's terminal. It's fine. and that's it. You need to think of these actions as a very thin controller layer. You handle what's in the request, like taking the things out of the form data and doing the, building whatever JSON and validating it, and then handing it off to your actual app and logic. So this is just like I got a request. Is it valid? Okay, now application code, do your thing. Okay, so there's that one. What's the problem? Oh, yeah. All this crap isn't here anymore. Great. And then it's still complaining. Ah. Because I need to return something. I need to know that this is done. Okay. And so now the return has to be a little different, unfortunately, because it's like errors and the message. I don't actually need message. I just need to know if this finished. How do we do that? Like determine if an action is finished running in Remix. It's got to be like a hook for this or something. Is it use navigation? No. Oh, maybe. So basically, this is the forget password part. If I go to reset this dude's password, I need to wait until oh, this isn't working. Something's up. It's not returning. Oh, that's my fault. I need to know that this helper function forgot password finished. I just need to know that send email finished without, throwing an error. And so I suppose if this just returns at all, we're good. But on the front end, data needs to be like, hey, was there a submission? And did it actually, did it not throw, essentially? It's not use action state. In this case, it's probably... Is it... What is use form action? Resolves to the URL closest around the... Is used internally by form. No. So basically, after the email sends, we get a little message that says, yo, go check your email to reset your password. And I need to determine when to show that. And I was wondering if instead of returning, let's say, the email message that got sent from forgot password, I don't need a return value. I just need to know that it did. I suppose that it's done doing its thing and there are no errors. Oh, I guess the way to do that is what? This is going to return either a message or errors. So then either a message or errors. Or I can just make the return always do both. Also to be down here. So what is this check to show that this check your email for a reset link? When do I show that? It's data dot something, right? How do we know that that action has finished running? If forgot password returns errors or just like nothing. Because I don't really care about the return. As long as this send email worked, I don't need that return value, even though it does give us back a message. So if this is data, then it's errors or the message. And now I guess we can say it's one of these object dot, object dot keys, data dot errors. Yeah, we need to know that that is there. Oh, I see what you're saying. Data is not present if the action hasn't run. And is that, okay, so is that true? I mean, it's true, yes. But because this can return an error, I also want to show... So I need to check, did it run and is there errors? Okay, so instead of returning send email, right? This now makes the return value possibly undefined. So now here, data is errors or undefined. That's what I want. Return forgot password. Yes. Return sign in, which is data errors are undefined. Okay, yes. Now we're matching. And I did that by not doing anything here. In this case, we're just ignoring the return from send email. That's fine. That is fine. Okay. And so now because of that, if data is there, and that's equal to 0, what is the type of forgot password errors? Ring. Oh, I'm an idiot. Length. Okay. Man, major brain fart right there. I can get rid of that. I can bring this back. Really? Why do I feel like I didn't have to do that for sign in? Because I rendered it regardless. Okay, so this is saying if the action is completed and there are no errors, show this thing. Okay, let's see then. The only error we have here is user not found. Let's make sure that's the case. We are getting a payload back with a 400. Good. Are we not rendering the... No, we're not rendering the error. Okay, so we know how to do that. Super brain fart right there. Errors.email. And is that what we're setting? Yes. Okay. But we don't know who that is. User not found. Perfect. Get rid of this. Duplicate MB4. I do hate this whole, like, data. And is there errors? I should make helper for this kind of crap where it's like, did the action run? Yes or no? Did it run successfully? Yes or no? Like, just Boolean helpers for this kind of thing. And if my action data is always formatted the same with an errors on top, I can just assume, like, a lot of things and go from there. But I'm not at that point code base yet. Okay, so now let's make sure it runs successfully. Now, Homer needs a reset link. Sick. Please return a value or null. You defined an action, but didn't return anything because I returned undefined. Okay. Okay, this is... Like, what did I return in sign in? It's the exact same thing. Data with errors or undefined. Same thing with forgot. It's data with errors or undefined. What's the problem? Promise, errors, or undefined. Same thing with sign in. Promise, never, or errors with undefined. That's why. Because or errors. We're returning. Okay, so then forgot needs to return something. It needs to return the message. And then I want that return value to be empty. And not the or case. That's an await. That type is written so weird. Or undefined. Huh. Yeah, I know. Okay. Trying to figure out how to handle this without putting so many like type checks here. So this return needs to be an optional message, and it's not a string. It's this thing, whatever comes from send mail. This. Yep. And errors. Does this change the return type? Thank you. No. Yes. At least it puts it both on there. Okay. I have to think about this more later. It's time to go to work. Easy patterns getting this in there, but this is the first one that we're having to handle success case with a return value, because normally actions redirect, but because I'm doing something on the page, which then I was going to say maybe this is an argument for a fetcher because we need to update the page, but we don't have to, right? This can totally be done server side, which is the approach I kind of want to take without any of the JavaScript stuff. So yeah, I do think we need to like massage this into the right form. It's just like me being happy with the code I'm writing to type the response for forgot password. God, I'm way too much a perfectionist on this stuff. Like, if I cared about moving super fast, I would have just blasted this out and wrote the checks. Is there data and is there a message and do the type narrowing? But I don't love that. And I'm trying to set a framework here, or like a baseline to work off of. And so I want to be really happy with the approaches. Anyways, we're close. We get the patterns. That's it for this morning session. There might be one later tonight. I don't know. But I appreciate you guys joining. David, thanks as always. Always great having you in chat. And I'll catch y'all later. Peace.